podcast. This is an impromptu live because I got to keep it real with y'all, bro. It just be a lot of stuff going on in life. And honestly, bro, the topic I was gonna do on live, I was thinking of not doing a live, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, fam, I can't speak about this topic and not go live. It would be contradicting. So I just decided to go live. I may not be on live for too long, but I do want to speak what's on my mind. If you hear stuff in the background, you know I'm not in the regular setup because it's not at the time for the setup because T cooking in the kitchen. But the reasons that sometimes I could be inconsistent on social media is because I can let certain stuff take me out of my element of creating content. And, you can feel certain emotions. You can let your bad mood keep you from doing what you know you need to be doing in terms of, so to speak. Other responsibilities you can use it as I'm gonna speak from myself. Other responsibilities I can use that as an excuse on why I'm not doing content consistently because I made it to where I was going to say, oh, this is going to be a every Sunday thing, a every Saturday thing. And y'all can see it is Monday. But we're going to talk about, in the title, we're going to talk about, dealing with emotions, and we're going to talk about men gotta work. So we're going to talk about dealing with emotions first because it was my daughter's birthday. Oh, God. Let me turn the TV off. I'm watching TV. I'm in the living room, so I'm trying not to be distracted. But it was my daughter's birthday, and it was a good birthday. We don't really got like a big family as far as the immediate family goes, so it was intimate. She got a lot of presents and a lot of presents that will help her development as a toddler because she just turned 3. But I couldn't help but be upset and be down at certain presence that was not there for her and is not there for her, and it kind of can get me emotional and not sad. Sad for her, but not sad. I really be mad because in my opinion, a child is she needs people. Kids need people. Kids need different influences in their life, and she doesn't have that as much as I would like her to have. Even though she got both of her parents in the house, and we straight, and she all of her needs are met. It's still other things children need, and in my opinion, it's it's not really a reason why she shouldn't have certain things. So it makes me upset that, and it make me feel a certain type of way as a parent because it's just stuff that you want for your kids, stuff that you see other kids have, and not materialistic things. This is just a presence of a family, a presence of a village, and it'd be like, dang man, like maybe if she had that, we wouldn't be going through this. Maybe if we wouldn't be going through this, that, and the third. At the same time, though, bro, it would be better for me to get on here and be real and talk about what's really going on than to not be consistent and stuff. Because one thing outside of content in life is that I don't let certain things, even certain feelings, stop me from doing what I need to do. And I see a lot of people, things can get to them and they will just immediately shut down. And with people, they'll do it for like their stuff, like their job, or their responsibilities for people they got to be there for. Me, it comes in with content. If something's going on, something happened, it's like, oh, I ain't gonna post, oh, I ain't gonna go live. And the thing is, bro, we grew up as men. We grew up with people telling us that we shouldn't feel certain emotions and we shouldn't go through certain things because that's not what a real man goes through. And it never made sense because number one, it's not true, and it's not that people get it messed up. It's not that you shouldn't feel certain emotions. It's, can you say my name? I sub live with Shuffles. That's what's up. He likes. All right, you tripping in the comments. I'm gonna stop reading the comments. Not the person's name I just said, but somebody else. Um, but it's just certain times I see a lot of people trick themselves out of position and make life harder for themselves because they let certain emotions get to them. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's stuff that I went through last week that I could be mad about, I could have made a scene about, and it wasn't like I brought the stuff onto myself. I'm just out trying to get some money, work like everybody else doing, but it's just stuff that comes to you, and the way I responded to the situation was the best way I could have responded to it because I don't want to put myself or my family in a certain position over nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and I don't want to speak on the street element or anything like that because I'm not no street dude. I'm not speaking to street people. If you want to listen to me, you listen to me. But I'm not like I don't have a street message. But most people, when somebody tries you, you might look to react to let them know that you can't try you. They can't try you. But sometimes, bruh, you can't afford all that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to, as a man, like you don't have the ability or opportunity at all times to just let out your emotions and deal with whatever the situation is the way you see fit from an emotional standpoint. Sometimes you have to do the thing that's most logically right for you and yours, and you can still experience the emotions, but you don't want to let it hinder you. And that's one thing that I've dealt with in life. And the thing is, bro, people will try to make it seem like, oh, once you go through stuff, once you overcome certain things, you just don't get mad anymore. You just don't get irritated. You just don't get, you just don't get hurt by certain things. That's not the case. It's all about how you respond to it. And I think a lot of people in our generation, it's nothing wrong with being affected by things. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad. There's a lot of things, and if you want to go into it, you can go to my last live. A lot of stuff that I talked about in that last live that makes me sad in terms of my daughter because it's like, damn, I can just see how this can affect her and not have certain familial experiences that I believe for her to have. But at the same time, I can't let that sadness keep me from taking care of her. I can't let the sadness keep me from treating her mom right, making sure that she sees a good example of a traditional nuclear family. I can't let that take care of that. So I remember I used to, when it came to dealing with emotions, I used to smoke. I used to drink, used to get lit, and it was so for such a long time. For such a long time, I felt that I needed to smoke to like calm myself down. I felt that I need a drink so I won't go off or whatever. And I was watching this live stream, and basically there was somebody was making something up saying that like God told them that they can smoke weed and that it's okay. And I don't want to get onto the subject of whether or not it's okay to smoke or not, but it just came to the conclusion where it's like, bro, why don't you just admit that you have a stronghold over you from marijuana? And I told myself, like, I just said it to myself because I obviously had a stronghold. If you don't know the story, because I did a lot about that too, where like I was telling myself that I needed to stop smoking. Like it was like something in the back of my mind. I know I'm all over the place. This is impromptu, but follow me. Just try to follow me in me being all over the place. It was just something in the back of my mind. And when I told myself that, when I said that out loud, when I said I have a stronghold to marijuana, it was so much easier. I didn't quit right then, but like I would say 2 to 3 months later, I ended up quitting. And it seems like a lot of us, we have an issue with just saying, hey, yo, I'm hurt. Hey, I'm sad. Hey, I feel a certain type of way. I feel, and I'll give myself an example. It hurts me that it doesn't seem that my parents really actually want it, certain, not even just my parents, just certain people actually want to be in my daughter's life if it means that it has to be on the up and up, if it means that it has to be with respect and not just them just treating me or my girl the way that they want to treat me. And I don't really know the way that I don't really know how to deal with that. I don't really know how to resolve that. There, the thing that I came to the conclusion was that I'm just gonna have to be hurt because I'd rather me be hurt and my daughter be safe, not being put in certain situations because people are careless or people only have themselves in mind, than to have people in my life that don't have our best interests in heart, and then my daughter be affected by the selfishness that these people will bring into the life. And I don't I don't really know if I'll ever get over that, because it was some people that actually sent my daughter, money for her birthday, and I was thankful for that. But it's like, honestly, bro, forget some money. You know what I'm saying? Forget the money. Where are you at? You know what I mean? And I've tried to have these conversations. I'm not saying telling you nothing I haven't, tried to do and try to resolve before. But once when you can't actually have the real conversation, or you sticking up for yourself causes this person to just be a ghost, what do you do? What do you do? You just gotta live life. And when it comes to emotions, as far as men go, I seen a tweet, they were talking about how no man has ever become successful, being positive and just, being happy all the time. It's not realistic. And even me, some people, you might look at me and be like, your life is a little bit, because, me and my girl together, we've been together actually 8 months in October, 8 years in October, my bad. And you might infer that, oh, it's perfect, and oh, this, that, and the third. Nobody's perfect, but you just have to choose to be positive, and not, and as far as have a good outlook on life, and not let whatever is going wrong in life. I'm not reading comments because I'm already all over the place as it is. And not let what you don't have or what you would like to be different about your life affect how you're gonna move forward. When it comes to emotions, me, bro, I feel like, dog, if I hadn't gone through certain things, if I hadn't had certain hurts, if my heart hadn't been broken in certain ways, I don't even think I would be the man that I need to be for my girl. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to men and women, comparing me and her life, she's going through things, and she's dealt with certain things and had to overcome certain things. But as a comparison, it's not a comparison, and it's not like, oh, life is unfair, bro. It's just, that's just how the cookie crumbles. And if I hadn't went through certain things, I wouldn't have been able to put her on to certain things over the last 8 years that we've been together, and vice versa. But when it comes to being men, like, bro, you just you have to, like, you can't, how do I explain this? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a certain little chip that I have, as far as, there is a certain anger that I reserve. But it's not that I'm like mad at anybody, but it's like, I don't I don't believe that you should suppress anger. I don't believe that if somebody does you wrong, you should just be like, oh no, he can just go on. I'm gonna be cool. I fully believe in reacting. I fully believe in standing up for yourself. I fully believe in popping off in somebody's mouth if you have to do that. I don't believe in crashing out, but I believe in handling your issue. And it seemed like a lot of men be taught that you just be supposed to be cool, and you supposed to be a nice guy, and you're supposed to just be okay with being walked on, and that's kind of a simp psychology, and that's just not how it works. It's not how it works, bro. You're a man, you know what I'm saying? Men, it's rough out here, especially as a black man. Certain times, bro, me being somebody that's confident in myself, somebody, I don't look down when I walk down the street. I don't look down when I'm walking around in work. I look straight. I look people in the eye. You feel me? Like, I'm not scary. I'm not about to, act like, you can run all over me. If you want to be passive aggressive, I'm going to be aggressive to see what's going on, because I'm just not with being looked at as somebody that can be walked all over. And some people, they may look at that and say, "Oh, you have toxic masculinity. You have this." No, bro. I'm just I'm just not some guy that you can just play with. You know what I mean? And some people will try to make you feel bad. They'll try to make you think, if you get angry because of the way somebody treats you, they'll try to flip it on you and tell you you have an anger problem. I don't have an anger problem. You know how I know I don't have an anger problem? Because I never actually caught an L by being angry and crashing out. No, I just don't play. You just can't play with me certain ways. And if you in my belief, bro, if you gotta stand alone, if you gotta be a loner because you don't want to be treated a certain way, and you have a certain standard with how people is gonna handle you, that's how it is. But walking around and not expressing certain emotions, not speaking on certain things, especially in terms of someone who's brought certain hurts on you, I don't agree with, and I don't believe it. I don't believe there's anything masculine about suffering in silence. Now, one thing is, like, you don't have to just be sitting here just blah, 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 speaking about everything as a woman does. But if an issue needs to be addressed, I believe you should address the issue with the person that the issue was with, and so that you can get it off your chest. I'm a person, I should have had notes for this, but it's cool. I'm a person, bro, I like sad music. Like, not like Rod Wave, but like introspective rap. For example, there's a song by Joe Budden and Sue Surf. I think it's called Conversations. I love that song. It's about some heavy stuff. And there's some people, like my girl, so there's some songs she don't want to listen to because she don't want to experience that feeling. But bro, you're gonna experience these feelings sometime in life. And if you're running away from experiencing certain feelings just on the regular, once you experience these feelings, bro, I've seen it in other people's lives. It might break you. It might break you, bro. So me, there's another song by it's a newer song, I think it's Yeah 5 times 2.0 by Starlito and Don Tripp, was just talking about, people passing away. And bro, you have to experience these things. Don't be the dude that's running away from stuff, because them the dudes that crash out, bro. If your girl do something that you don't like, even if you gotta tell it made me feel some type of way, bro, it's not your problem if she doesn't think that's what a real man does. A real man don't talk about how we feel about things. She don't know what a real man is, bro. You are allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to express them, experience them. You can't just hold shit in and just let it and bottle it up until you get overflow, because that's when the problems start to come in. You know what I'm saying? Another thing in regards to men, in regards to relationships, I don't know if you guys seen it maybe about a month ago. There was this big YouTube couple that they had some public stuff going on, Riss and Quan. And Quan went to the internet basically saying he was single, saying, talking about this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And there was a lot of backlash from him going to the internet with his relationship problems. His girl being in the wrong kind of made herself look a certain type of way because he never actually said what was going on. and there was a couple of days between him posting that and them making a video kind of opening up a little bit about what the problems were. And what I would like to say is posting your personal relationship business on social media is probably the worst thing you can do for your relationship. Speaking to anybody except your significant other about your personal business is another horrible thing you can do to the relationships. Now, somebody will say, hey, what if somebody's getting abused? What if this, that, and the third? Let me tell you right now, I speak on relationships from a perspective of you are with somebody that you want to be with, that wants the best for you. Okay? I can't tell you about how to get out of an abusive relationship. I can't tell you about how to make your significant other act right if they're like really treating you a certain type of way. I'm not talking about just getting together and learning each other. There's going to be problems. Say y'all just moved in, of course there's going to be problems. I'm talking about a relationship where y'all like this. You feel me? Like not using another, like really helping each other in whatever way y'all doing it, because we don't got to talk about all that because that don't matter. That's between y'all. If y'all is actually in a relationship, a real relationship, bro, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to resolve the issues that you have with each other. If you have to go to your mother to talk about certain things, and I'm not, because bro, there's been times where things have happened and Satara has told her mom, hey, this happened, and Satara's mom was like, you might want to fix that to her. You know what I'm saying? There's like, but that's an extreme. But if you've gone through these things, if you've had your hiccups and you've come back together, y'all should just be with addressing each other with the issue. When it comes to going to the internet, I can speak from my point of view because I remember going to the internet when me and T got in a big fight and we almost broke up. And the reason I went to the internet, and I believe this is the reason that a lot of guys might go to the internet in this situation, is if your woman's not being accountable, if she's not hearing what you're saying, if the issue that you have raised is not being heard and you're not being respected the way that you would respect her. And in my opinion, I think that's what happened with the Riss and Quan situation, just by the way that it went down. And I remember I went to the internet. I'm selling out. Now, mind you, I'm kind of selling out on T, but I'm not even really selling out on her. I was selling out on the person that was the catalyst for the issue because I wanted smoke. You know what I'm saying? I wanted people to know, hey, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But then I seen T, and she was just retweeting all this stuff. And the thing that made me mad, number one, she don't be on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Number two, you lying. Them retweets that you saying, that's not the situation that's going on. So instead of getting mad because I was on the internet too because I wasn't being heard, I kind of said, hey, bro, I would like to just run down this situation with you again, because from what I'm seeing on the internet, I don't necessarily know if you actually are hearing what I'm saying and what my problem with said person is, this, that, and the third. And we actually came to a resolution once we got the chance to sit down and talk and just talk through whatever the problem was, bro. I don't care what they try to tell you. I don't care how many women get on the internet and speak about what they man not doing, what they tricks is doing, what they will do, how she going, oh, what one won't do, another will do. Bro, if everybody's talking like that, if everybody wants this, that, and the third, it ain't it. And you know how I know it's not it? Because the majority never has it right. You know what I'm saying? So I think, especially like, bro, just you gotta be a man, bro. If you got a problem, you got an issue, you gotta bring it to her. You know what I'm saying? You You gotta. She should care about you enough and be selfless enough in the relationship to give you the ear that you need if you have a problem with it. If she's not, if your girl, if you can't sit there and tell your girl, hey, I feel a certain type of way about this. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this. And I'm not saying like just cut her off just because she may not hear you the first time, but like she'll come back and y'all can reconcile after that. Because bro, it's a learning experience. But like if that's not a thing that can happen in your relationship, I believe as a man that wants to, if you actually want to build something with the woman, she don't deserve you, bro. She don't deserve you. She don't need you. I hope you're not dependent on her to where you can't go nowhere. Even if you are, I think you should get from around. You should learn the lesson to depend on yourself and be self-sufficient enough to not have to endure second class citizenship and trying to be emotionally manipulated into suffering in silence. And you should, get back on your feet from there. But yeah, y'all have to have that open line of communication, because if you don't have that open line of communication, bro, you going around saying this, that, and the third, hopping on the internet, it's just gonna cause more confusion. It's gonna open the door for anybody that was preying on the relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna open the door to anybody that wants to have more time with your girl, so they can, her friend that maybe want to manipulate her, so whatever, your girl having more time and her presence can serve her a certain way. It's gonna be all bad. It's all bad. One more topic before I get out of here, because I see it so much, bro, is grown ass men talking about they don't want to work. Grown ass men talking about why we have to work and this, that, and the third, bro. From someone that was working from home. I worked from home for about 2 years, and I got myself into a higher tax bracket with this experience. But in my opinion, unless you like have already, unless you're like, I'm talking about people 30 and under. I'm not talking about people that have been in the workforce for 20 plus years, relationships and stuff. If you're still going up the ladder, you're still trying to find yourself, and because I don't really want to speak on positioning and stuff like that. You got to get out there and do what you got to do, bro. I remember I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in warehouses, I've worked in construction, I've worked outside, effing with drywall, with insulation and all of that. I've done all the jobs that people don't want to do. And the fact that I'm a good employee and I'm competent, you know what I'm saying? I'm professional. I have the ability to not work in said environments. But if you're at the point that this is the job that you qualify for, this is where you have to start from, because some of us we don't. Some of us we just get put in the workforce and we just got to do for ourselves. You have to fend for yourself, bro. You have to put your time in, fam. I get it, bro. I went through something a couple weeks ago at work, and it was what it was. Me being the person that's doing what they're supposed to be doing, nothing happened with me because I didn't respond in a way that I could mess myself up. It is what it is. The work gonna keep going because that's what you're there for. Fam, it's life. It's life. You have to work to eat. You have to, bro. Why do y'all want to just sit around? Why do you want to just, what do you think being able to sit around and do whatever you want? You drink, smoke all day, hang out with other men, not doing nothing. Why do you think that's going to bring purpose to your life? Do you have kids? Do you have children? I don't be understanding it, to the men that be saying this. It's like, bro, like, do you have actual responsibilities? Do you have a woman in your life? You really think a woman wants a dude that just is round, that has no purpose, that has nothing that he needs to do? that you just want to be up in her face all day. Why is that? And you, my girl, she'll say that. Oh, she said the other day, oh, you're not around as much as you're not around as much. I was like, girl, I'm working. What do you want me to do? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I think that the real purpose in life is having something to do. Now, it may not necessarily be what you want it to be at this time because you think it's so hard, but you have to make it work. You have to make it count. Don't just be going to work just to go to work and then, you know what I'm saying, messing everything off. That's not making it count, bro. You have to have a plan. What are you trying to do? Where do you want to go? When you ask yourself why do people need to work, well, people need purpose and people need to pay their bills, bro, and people need to set good examples for the children that they have chosen to put on this earth. If you are sitting there thinking why do I need to work, then I think you're running into victim Olympics, because it's many reasons that you should be working. It's many reasons that you should be out here waking up with something to do. Yeah, it's cool. This is my last day of a little 4-day vacay, little slick vacay for the baby's birthday. But bro, after a while, at least for me, I started getting a little antsy, a little depressed, because I need to do something. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing stuff. It's with losing weight and trying to be more intentional with getting fit. One thing that I've realized is, bro, that you can't have no days where you just sitting on the couch, bro. You just sitting on the couch all day. You ain't did nothing productive. Even if you don't have to go to work, clean something. You know what I'm saying? Organize something. You feel me? Look, see, go over with your girl about what's going on with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Do something productive, because you don't want life to pass you by, bro. Like, I remember just in trying not to be fat. I remember, I used to be like, oh, I don't want to cook. You know what I'm saying? The kitchen too hot. And I just realized to myself, like, bro, you're being fat. It's not that the kitchen's too hot. It's not that, it's not big enough in there. It may be a little small, but no, you're just being lazy. You're being fat. And lately, I've just made it, and life has just made it to where in the mornings, I'll be the one having to whip up the breakfast, because my girl be in meetings and we on different schedules. So it's like I can't leave the house and she just ain't got nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? I can't just cook for myself. So I'll be the one having to whip it up, because, bro, like, sometimes that's just what you have to do. But bro, this idea that you just don't want to work one day and you just want to make income and have money and not having to do nothing and just have bills paid and your kids taken care of, it's not real, bro. I think that's why we're in the situation that we're in, because a lot of people that forget, the situation that we're in is we have a whole bunch of 30 and 40-year-olds that think like children, that did not know everything they needed to know because they weren't poured into, and they don't really they think leisure is life's purpose, and they're influenced by the internet. They are depressed because they don't think they're where they're supposed to be, because you see on the internet you see somebody on the internet that gets paid to live a life of lavish or look like they live a life of lavish, and you're down on yourself because you're not there. That's the situation I mean. It's not real, bro. You have to put in work. You have to put in some type of effort. You really do get out of life what you put in, bro. Like, and I'm not saying this like I don't believe, like, yes, there's the pinnacle to success for some people is having a lot of money, having a lot of status in relationships. And I believe that to some degree you should put some effort in that, but you should also put some effort into pouring into your children, pouring into your partner, making sure that you guys are one, not just that y'all just got some bread. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that they chase, not necessarily chase bread their whole life, but that's their number one priority. And then you look up, and your kid is running the streets. Your kid is getting busted down because they didn't get the right things instilled in them, or your kid is doing whatever they doing on the phone because you just don't gave them a phone and said get up out my face because you too tired because you work so much. So there's like it's a balance, bro. You gotta work to eat. You definitely gotta work to eat. I'm not saying that you wrong because you didn't you don't make the most money in the world, but it's like, bro, you if especially if you got kids, bro, especially if you got sons, even daughters, bro, you gotta see, you have to be an example of what you want your kid to find attractive, what you want your kid to find inspirational, what who they gonna see in life, because we stop doing that. We stop being that example, and then we got everybody in my age, not everybody, but a good amount of people in my age range and of just above my age range that think that, oh, you just get to do whatever you want to do in life, and that's just not how it go, bro. That's just not real. I know people would like to hear that, but you just have to, like I said in the beginning of the show, bro, it's certain stuff that it make me feel some type of way that my daughter doesn't have access to, and not material stuff. I'm talking about straight like a village. I'm talking about, certain things, living in a certain neighborhood where she not, we might not be looked at a certain type of way. I'm talking about shit like that. But bro, you got to keep going if that's what you want. If that's the position you want to be in, you have to do some work. Hey Google, play "Help Is Not on the Way" by Don Tripp. Help is not on the way. You got to be the help. You feel me? And that's pretty much what I wanted to say tonight. But it's like, bro, sometimes, and I'm as I speak to y'all, I'm speaking to myself, because, bro, you can't just be sitting around sulking. You can't be sitting around trying to fix your problems in a blunt or fix your problems in a drink. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't let it consume you. Don't let it take from the actual work that needs to be done for you to be in the position that you want to be in, bro. And it's not going to be a hop, skip, and a jump. And it's going to be some ups and some downs, bro. I wish I could tell you about the ups and the downs. Yes, y'all see the fruit flies. This is exactly why we got to keep working, because we have to get out of here, because, oh, man, I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But, bro, I can't even tell you the stuff that I went through working from home, because I'm scared. I would not like to mess up my professional reputation. So I just did what I needed to do to find employment and find good employment, because that's just what you do. But bro, you go through things, and if you're not gonna learn from it, if you're gonna, like, when I see people talk about not wanting to work and why do we have to do this, why society is this and that, I see defeat, and I see defeat from them encountering a hardship. And you shouldn't want to be a victim when you encounter a hardship. You should encounter the hardship. You should learn from it. You should make sure whatever you did not do, you don't do again in the next situation, and keep moving. But this victim mentality, I can't do anything, things are just happening to me, bro, nobody wants to hear that. That's not going to feed your babies. That's not going to make your girl feel protected and secure. That's not going to motivate her to keep going. It just don't work like that, bro. You have to keep going, and no matter what you're going through, you don't let it break you. Let it make you, man, because life keep going. Life goes on. Them bills is gonna be due. You're gonna need them diapers. You're gonna need them wipes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need to pay for child care, car payment, lights, all of that. So it's in your best interest to keep going and not let what you go through bring you down and try to and be a, and try to make that stop you from doing whatever you can to getting and living the life that you want to live, bro. Y'all be easy out here. See y'all next week.